There comes a moment in every man's life when he looks in the mirror and doesn't recognize who he's become. He sees potential, buried, muted, fading. And in that moment he realizes one truth. He must destroy the old version of himself and be reborn. Not next year, not next week. Now, today. This video isn't motivational fluff. It's not about affirmations or self-help cliches. This is a blueprint to completely reinvent yourself in just one day using Stoic principles and psychological warfare tactics. Welcome to Stoic Mastery, the channel where we don't sugarcoat growth. We weaponize it. We take timeless wisdom, hard truths, and the brutal clarity of the ancient Stoics, and we turn them into action. So if you're tired of who you've been and you're ready to rise into the man you're supposed to be, subscribe now and turn on notifications, because this isn't just another video. This is your turning point. Section 1. Kill the old identity. Ego, death, Stoic, detachment. If you want to reinvent yourself, the first thing you must do is kill who you think you are. That version of you who's always hesitating. The one who apologizes for taking up space. The one who scrolls through life looking for dopamine instead of purpose. He's dead weight. And today, he dies. This is the uncomfortable truth that the modern self-help world hides behind hashtags and empty motivation. You cannot become your next version without violently letting go of the last one. This is what the Stoics understood. They didn't cling to identity. They didn't chase labels. They practiced detachment from ego, from outcomes, from identity itself. Don't hanker after what you don't have. Instead, fix your attentions on the finest and best that you have, and imagine how much you'd long for these if they weren't in your possession. Marcus Aurelius. Your current identity isn't you. It's a collection of stories you've been telling yourself. I'm just not that disciplined. I've always struggled with confidence. I'm not good with people. I'll never look like that. I can't change in one day. Who told you those things? You did, repeatedly. And each time you say them, you're casting a spell, reinforcing a false personality that keeps you stuck. The first step to reinvention is ego death, the deliberate destruction of your mental image of who you are. In dark psychology, this is called identity collapse, a controlled psychological reset that creates enough dissonance to open the mind to change. Here's how you do it today. Step 1. Mirror ritual. Stand in front of a mirror. No distractions, no lights, just you. Look directly into your own eyes. Say out loud, "That version of me is dead. The man I was is gone. I now create who I will become." Feel the discomfort. Good. That means it's working. Step 2. Write and burn. Take a sheet of paper. Write down everything about yourself that's no longer acceptable. The laziness, the addictions, the self-doubt, the fear. Then burn it, safely, symbolically, and seriously. Why? Because ritual matters. When you create a physical moment of death, you create space for rebirth. You are not your past. You are what you do next. And if your actions don't match your goals, your identity must be recalibrated. So from this moment on, you stop saying, "I can't. I'm not the kind of person who..." That's just how I've always been. Because now, you're no longer him. He's gone. Comment this right now if you're committed to rebirth. The old me is gone. The new me begins today. Let it echo in the comments. Let it burn into your subconscious. You are stepping into war, and the first battle is with yourself. And if this hit you, like this video, not for vanity, but to tell the algorithm that real transformation still matters in a world full of noise, the rest of this journey begins with a void. And from that void, a new force rises. Section 2. Shock the system. Radical disruption, controlled chaos. You've killed the old identity. Now what? You shock the system. Because true transformation doesn't come from comfort. It doesn't come from carefully curated routines. It comes from chaos, weaponized. If you want to reinvent yourself in one day, you need to do something that shakes your nervous system, your mind, and your environment to the core. Why? Because the brain is a pattern recognition machine. It clings to routines, habits, familiarity, even if those routines are destroying you. Your mind would rather stay miserable and familiar than risk growth and the unknown. So what do? We force it to adapt. We introduce controlled chaos, not to break ourselves, but to reprogram ourselves. The Stoics had a word for this: premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of misfortune. They would imagine losing everything, their wealth, their status, their comfort, to train their minds for hardship. Because if you can thrive in imagined chaos, you can dominate real life. Here's how to shock your system today. 1. Do something you fear. Immediately fear is the compass. Whatever you've been avoiding, do that thing. Cold call someone. Walk up and talk to a stranger. Go train hard, no warm-up, no music, no comfort. Delete the app you waste hours on. Pick one thing you resist and crush it first thing in the day. This reprograms your identity. I'm not someone who avoids discomfort. I seek it. Your subconscious doesn't respond to affirmations. It responds to action under fire. 2. Cold exposure or intense physical demand. Cold water is the purest teacher of resilience. Take a freezing shower. Submerge yourself in ice. Go for a long walk or run in the rain, in silence with no headphones. It's not about fitness. It's about discipline under duress. You'll feel resistance, panic, excuses forming, and then stillness. That's your inner Stoic waking up. As Epictetus taught, difficulties are things that show a man what he is. 3. Disrupt your daily flow. Your habits have become a prison, so break them. Wake up at a new hour. Rearrange your room. Eat differently. Take a day of silence. Delete contacts. Change your environment. Chaos reveals who's in control, your habits or your will. You're not reinventing just your behavior. You're resetting your inner operating system. This level of intensity isn't forever. It's a shock to the system, like hitting restart on corrupted software. The goal isn't to become addicted to chaos. It's to use voluntary chaos to reclaim your edge, because once you do something radical, everything else in your day feels light. That task you've been avoiding, easy. That hard conversation, done. That weakness you thought defined you, irrelevant. Comment this if you're choosing chaos over comfort. Comfort kills me. Controlled chaos rebirths me. Say it, type it, feel it, become it. And if this moment woke something up inside you, like this video now, you're not here for safety, you're here for sovereignty. Most men wait for a near-death experience or a tragedy to change. Not you. You create your own voluntary hardship and rise through it. This is how warriors are built. This is how the Stoics became unshakable, not by accident, by intentional intensity. So shock your system, break the comfort pattern, and step through the fire, reborn. Section 3. Rewrite the inner script. Cognitive reset, identity reprogramming. Now that the old self is dead, and you've shocked your system out of autopilot, you've entered a rare psychological window, a void, and within that void something dangerous can happen. You either default back to who you were, or you take full control and write who you now choose to be. This is your opportunity to perform a cognitive reset, to rewrite the script that's been running your life. Most men never do this. They live out beliefs that were installed in childhood, handed down by weak peers, toxic parents, bad relationships, and a culture that profits from keeping them average. Beliefs like, I'm not enough. I always fail. No one listens to me. I can't change overnight. This is just who I am. These beliefs aren't facts. They're scripts, repeated so many times that they became identity. But here's the truth. Your mind is a weapon, but if you don't program it intentionally, it turns on you. So today, we flip the script, literally. Step 1. Interrupt the loop. Every time you catch a disempowering thought, don't just ignore it. Interrupt it, out loud if necessary. If you think, I can't handle this, say, that's not true. I've handled worse. If you feel unmotivated, say, that feeling isn't in charge. I am. This seems simple, but it's powerful. Your subconscious hears your internal dialogue all day. Change that dialogue, and your identity begins to shift. Step 2. Write the new identity script. Grab a pen, not a keyboard. Write a short, powerful script that defines your new self, the man rising today. Keep it simple. Present tense. Like this: I am focused, disciplined, and calm under pressure. I take action immediately and don't negotiate with fear. I walk into every room like I belong because I do. I live with intention, speak with power, and move with purpose. This is your cognitive blueprint. Read it every morning and night. Say it out loud. Let it reprogram the wiring. Why out loud? Because what you hear, especially in your own voice, gets absorbed faster by your subconscious. That's not spiritual fluff. It's psychology. Step 3. Link identity to action. Words without action are useless, so choose 3 small but powerful actions today that prove the new identity is already real. If your new script says, I am decisive, then make 3 fast decisions today without hesitation. If it says, I am disciplined, stick to a hard task without distractions, even when no one's watching. Each action becomes proof, and that proof rewires the brain faster than years of therapy. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. He didn't say you are your mind, he said you have power over it. The true Stoic doesn't just observe his thoughts, he leads them, and the man who leads his thoughts leads his life. Comment this below if you're rewriting your script today. My mind obeys me. My identity is mine to command. Let's build a wall of unbreakable minds in the comments. And if you're feeling this transformation, like the video now, not for the algorithm, but for your own momentum. Your inner script is not permanent. It's not truth. It's a program, and you're the programmer. So today, delete the virus, install strength, and execute the new code, because the next version of you isn't waiting. He's already online. Section 4. Master emotional control, stoic equanimity, cold exposure. You've broken the old identity. You've disrupted your patterns. You've begun rewriting your mind, but none of it lasts unless you master your emotions, because the world will test you, people will trigger you, stress will rise, temptation will whisper, and if you don't have control over your emotions, the new you collapses. Most men are slaves to their feelings. They let moods dictate their behavior. They think emotion equals truth. But Stoics knew better. Seneca said, he is most powerful who has power over himself. And the modern world, it trains you to react, not to lead, to rage when disrespected, to seek comfort when anxious, to fold when pressure comes. But the silently powerful man, the Stoic warrior, becomes calm in chaos. This is emotional equanimity, a state of unchangeable stillness in the face of noise. Emotional control equals social power. Here's what dark psychology doesn't tell you. People constantly test your emotional state, subconsciously, to see if you're dominant or breakable. They push boundaries, they talk over you, they insult you subtly. Why? Because emotionally reactive men are easy to control. But if you don't flinch, if you don't raise your voice, if you meet chaos with stillness, you own the room. Your emotional control becomes a force field. People trust you, fear you, or follow you. Often all 3. How to train emotional mastery. Today, 1. Practice pause power in tension. Something frustrates you? Pause. Someone disrespects you? Pause. Something doesn't go your way? Breathe. Delay. Respond with strategy, not emotion. The space between trigger and response, that's where real power lives. 2. Expose yourself to discomfort. Daily. The fastest way to toughen your emotions is through cold exposure. Cold showers, ice baths, cold morning walks, not because it's trendy, but because it teaches your body and mind to stay calm while under real physical discomfort. When you can face literal freezing intensity without panicking, you can handle emotional heat like a king. 3. Remove emotional crutches. Delete the things you use to numb instead of confront your emotions. Scrolling endlessly, sugar binges, porn, excessive weed or alcohol, passive complaining. These crutches are emotional escape pods. They rob you of strength. When you face your discomfort head-on, you train your nervous system to normalize adversity. 4. Anchor yourself with Stoic thought. Repeat this daily. I control how I respond. This feeling is a visitor. I do not serve it. Stillness is my natural state. These aren't mantras. They're commands, directives, code for your reborn mind. You are no longer a reactor. You are a response machine, deliberate, composed, unreadable. Let others lose their tempers. Let them whine. Let them spiral. You remain the center of gravity, the man who doesn't flinch, the man who doesn't fold. Comment this now if you're choosing equanimity. My calm is untouchable. My mind is my kingdom. Let that be your identity from this point forward. And if you feel the shift happening inside, like this video now, every time you engage with content like this, you reinforce the new emotional standard you've committed to. True strength is not found in how loud you are. It's found in how quiet you remain when the world gets loud. The Stoic man walks into fire and doesn't sweat. He doesn't resist emotion. He leads it. This is your superpower now, and it only gets stronger the more you train it. Section 5. Command the body. Physiological dominance, posture psychology. Before you say a word, before you make a move, before anyone knows your name, your body already spoke for you. It told people whether you were confident or unsure, strong or submissive, leader or follower. And here's the truth most people ignore. You are always broadcasting your mindset through your physiology, the way you stand, the way you walk, the way you look around, breathe, move, even where you place your hands, is sending a message. The only question is, are you in control of that message? If not, you're leaking power. But if you learn to command your body, you can control the frame of almost any room you walk into. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. They believed that your physical form should match your inner discipline. You carry your philosophy in your posture. Marcus Aurelius said, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." That strength isn't just mental, it's physiological. You don't slouch and expect people to respect you. You don't avoid eye contact and expect the world to listen. You don't move hesitantly and expect confidence to just show up. Confidence is embodied first. Then it becomes real. Here's how to take control of your body and project silent power. 1. Master the still frame posture. Your posture is either leaking power or projecting it. Stand like this, shoulders back but relaxed, chest open, chin level, not tilted up or down, feet planted, shoulder width apart, hands at your sides or steepled in front of you. This posture signals, I'm in control, I fear nothing, I need nothing from you. Practice this posture alone first, then take it into the world. 2. Slow everything down. In dark psychology, speed often reveals submission. Fast movements, darting eyes, twitchy hands equal anxiety. But when you move slowly and deliberately, it triggers perceived dominance. Turn your head slowly. Blink slower. Walk as if you have nowhere to rush. Speak with intentional pauses. This changes how people treat you instantly. 3. Fix the eye contact equation. Eye contact is a social signal of status. The one who maintains it longer without looking away nervously owns the interaction. Don't stare like a predator, but don't look down either. Meet their gaze, hold it. And when you do look away, do it slowly and with intention. Never break eye contact out of discomfort. Break it out of choice. 4. breathe like a warrior. Your breath tells the truth before your words do. When you're anxious, your breathing goes shallow and high. When you're composed, your breathing is slow and deep. Train yourself to breathe like a fighter entering the arena. Slow inhale, calm hold, controlled exhale. This regulates your nervous system and influences everyone around you. When you command your body, people feel it, not in what you say, but in how they sense you. You'll notice people give you more space. They lower their voices. They stop interrupting. They seek your approval. They follow your lead without knowing why. That's the power of physiological dominance. It's not arrogance. It's alignment between body and identity. Comment this below if you're stepping into physical power. My body reflects my mind. My presence speaks before I do. Say it, feel it, live it. And if this clicked for you, like the video now, not for me, but to commit to embodying power everywhere you go, you've rewritten your inner script. Now your outer frame must reflect that transformation. The world watches how you stand long before it listens to what you say. So command your body and you command your life. Section 6. Establish ruthless boundaries. The dark psychology of respect. You've burned the old self. You've broken the system. You've rewritten the script, controlled the body, mastered emotion. Now it's time to do what most people never have the courage to do. Draw the line. You don't become powerful without boundaries. You don't gain respect by being nice. You gain it by being dangerous with discipline. Here's the harsh truth. People treat you exactly how you train them to. If you're always available, they'll take you for granted. If you tolerate disrespect, they'll keep testing you. If you fear saying no, they'll use you. Stoicism teaches that your peace doesn't come from others treating you well. It comes from you deciding what you accept. Epictetus said, "Keep your attention focused entirely on what is truly your own concern, and you will stand out as a truly noble character." That means it's your job to protect your time, guard your energy, and defend your self-respect like your life depends on it, because it does. Boundaries are not about pushing people away. They're about showing the world how to engage with you. Boundary = respect training. In dark psychology, boundaries aren't just defense. They're assertive psychological signals that communicate your value. When you set a boundary and enforce it and you're saying, "I value myself," you will too. And here's the real twist. People may resist your boundaries at first, but they'll respect you more for having them. How to set ruthless, respect-commanding boundaries today. 1. Say no without explaining. When someone asks for your time, energy, or attention, and it doesn't align with your path, just say, "No, I can't. That won't work for me. I'm not available for that." Do not justify. Do not over-explain. Do not apologize. Explanations are invitations to negotiation. Cut them off. 2. Leave when you're disrespected. If someone talks over you, mocks you, or disrespects your presence, you don't react emotionally. You exit, leave the conversation, walk away, go silent. You're teaching them access to me is earned, not given freely. 3. Time block for self-mastery. You need to train the world to respect your time. Set hard time blocks for solitude, work, training, rest, and protect them ruthlessly. If someone interrupts, don't shift your schedule to please them. Instead, say, "I'm focused right now. We'll connect later." That line alone changes how people see you. You become someone who values his own time and makes others value it too. 4. Enforce boundaries without emotion. You don't need anger. You don't need drama. You need clarity and consistency. If someone breaks a boundary, remind them once. If they do it again, reduce access. If it continues, remove access completely. This isn't cruelty. It's self-respect in motion. Comment this below if you're drawing your line today. I respect myself too much to be disrespected. That's your new standard. That's your inner law. Say it, type it, live it. And if this principle hits you where it matters, like the video now, to signal that your energy is no longer up for auction, here's what will happen. People who took you for granted will feel the shift. Some will get angry. Others will step back. Let them. Because the ones who belong in your life will rise to meet your standard. You're not building walls. You're building a fortress. And only the worthy get past the gates. Section 7. Declare the new standard. Identity anchoring ritual. This is the final step. You've burned the old self. You've shocked the system. You've rewritten your mental script. You've mastered your emotions. You've taken control of your body. You've set ruthless boundaries. But there's one thing left. You must declare your new standard and anchor it into reality. Here's why. The mind forgets breakthroughs fast. It loves to fall back into old patterns unless you lock in the new identity with an act of ritual, something bold, physical, memorable, and irreversible. This is what ancient warriors did before battle. This is what emperors did when they claimed power. This is what the Stoics practiced in silence every morning, because they understood that identity is not a mood. It's a choice, a stance, a declaration. You don't become someone new in theory. You become someone new in behavior, language, and ritual. Today, that's exactly what you'll do. Why ritual works. Your subconscious mind responds best to emotionally charged physical moments, moments that feel symbolic, sacred, certain. That's what a ritual is. It's a pattern interrupt so powerful that it forces the nervous system to treat a moment as significant and treat the identity that follows as real. This is why we do funerals when someone dies, and why kings are crowned in ceremonies. We anchor transitions into the body. Now it's time for your ceremony, your identity, anchoring ritual. Do this today. 1. Choose your anchor object. Pick something physical you'll see or carry every day. A ring, bracelet, key, chain, necklace, journal, knife, coin, anything. This object will not be random. It will symbolize who you now are. It becomes a totem for the new standard. Every time you see it or touch it, your mind remembers, I am no longer who I was. I walk with discipline. I act with purpose. I lead with power. 2. Create the statement of identity. Write this out by hand and speak it out loud. From this moment forward, I reject weakness. I reject the version of me that settled, that apologized, that waited. I am insert your new name if you choose one. I am a man of precision, presence, and purpose. I live by code. I move in silence. I leave no parts of myself behind. The standard is set. I answer to no past. Burn the old version. Keep this new version visible for 7 days straight. 3. Mark the transition physically. Do something uncomfortable and symbolic today to seal the shift. Shave your head. Take an ice bath and scream your new name into the water. Toss out old clothes that represent the past. Run until your legs burn. Then run more. Let your body feel the shift. Let your mind see the pain. Let the discomfort carve a new standard into your nervous system. This is no longer motivation. This is rebirth. Drop this in the comments if you're sealing the shift. My standard is set. My old life is over. Not a mantra, a vow, a warning. And if this journey hit deep, if you felt it in your chest, like the video now, and subscribe to Stoic Mastery for more tools to build the unshakable man within you. Final command. Subscribe. Like the video. Comment your vow. Turn on notifications, because this path doesn't end today. It begins now. This wasn't a video. This was a ceremony. You buried your past. Now walk forward like a man who doesn't flinch, because there's no going back. You are reborn. You are sovereign. You are Stoic Mastery.